very fragile egos, very like arrogant. The arrogance, it's like, I want you to notice me, notice me, notice me, notice me. It makes me laugh, it really does. Hey guys, I hope you're all doing well and that you had a great week. To all of my house guests, come in, make yourselves at home, make yourselves comfortable. If you're passing by and you'd like to become a house guest, don't forget to hit subscribe and activate all of your notifications. I'm Chez, this is Chez M0i. Welcome to my place. Last month, after I bought some kitchenware for my new place, I had to exchange a pan because it wasn't compatible with the induction hob. I naively thought that all pans worked with all types of cookers, but I learned something new when I discovered that in order for a pan to work on an induction hob, the pan's base has to be magnetized. The new pan was more expensive, but necessary in order for me to be able to cook the meals that I wanted. When someone is being described as magnetic, here's one definition I came across. What does it mean when someone is a magnet? Possessing an extraordinary ability to attract, a magnetic personality. Synonyms: charismatic, attractive, pleasing to the eye or mind, especially through beauty or charm. Many of us understand that being magnetic or having a magnetic personality goes deeper than being charismatic or charming. Sometimes one doesn't have to be in the physical presence of the person they're instantly attracted to. It's intangible and also inexplicable. But when you know, you know. And when you know, you're confident enough to take it to the next level.
He was just so fun, just so refreshingly fun. And that was the thing, we were like childlike together.
We had a great chat for about an hour.
I left after an hour and I told him that I had other plans. And then I called him that evening and I was like, look, I'm leaving the day after tomorrow. Do you want to grab dinner tomorrow night? And I'm sure he thought it was so forward and American. I'm sure he told me it was so forward and American. And then, yeah, we went and had dinner the next night at the same place. I was late.
Yeah. Remember? You came rushing in from having a shower.
From Wimbledon.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Not half an hour.
No, like 5 minutes.
Maybe a few minutes.
Yeah.
But you were quite flustered.
I hate being late. Well, I had come back from Wimbledon and, you know, when you get all dolled up and I just wanted to go home and take a shower and then run over looking more like myself.
I was like, you could be as late as you want. I ain't moving. I want to see you again.
Earlier this week, the internet made a huge fuss when Meghan made her 4th post on Instagram.
I was just told that something arrived that I have been waiting for.
Oh my God. About 2 or 3 weeks ago, when my husband and I were in Altadena, we went to a community where all the homes were left in ashes. This mom had found a couple things, and as I was talking to her, I turned and looked and I saw this young woman and I said, "Oh my gosh, how old are you?" She's 15. She lives there. And her mom shared something with me and said that when they came back to see their house for the first time, which was as we were meeting them, that all that she'd been looking for in her home was the t-shirt from the Billie Eilish concert that she had just gone to that she left in the washing machine or the dryer. And of course, they now see their home and the washing machine and the dryer are ash. They're not there anymore. And so I said, "Well, I don't know Billie Eilish, but I'm going to figure out how to get you this shirt." So I thought of everybody that I knew and I made a voice note and I was like, "Please, can someone get this voice note to Billie Eilish? Here's what I'm asking." You guys, I don't even know what all of this stuff means, but it's signed for her. Is that a thing? A lunchbox thing? I don't know. This is when I feel really old. Huge thank you, Billie Eilish. This is going to mean so much to her. And honestly, to Adam Levine and Bahati, you guys helped get this over the line. To everyone who's showing up for people in big and small ways to get through what's happened in California, just thank you so much. I'm going to go and email her mom now. Just wanted to share that with you guys.
Meghan not wearing any makeup is not something I immediately noticed because, number one, she was in her own home, which is clearly a relaxed environment. And number two, in my humble opinion, she looks great whether she wears makeup or not. But apparently, that's what the majority of people were focused on. The fact that the young girl in question got more than a signed t-shirt replaced was clearly more than Meghan had expected. She acknowledged the individuals who made that happen and did not take the credit for herself. But can you imagine the backlash she would have received if she glammed up just to give us an update? People were also quick to notice the sweatshirt that Meghan was wearing, which had her children's names on the collar. Consequently, the Chicago entrepreneur responsible for making the sweatshirt has been thrust into the spotlight. This article is from people.com, published on February the 6th, 2025, and the headline reads, "Meghan Markle's sweatshirt prompted early end to maternity leave for business owner. Game-changing." After the Duchess of Sussex wore a product from her Chicago-based shop, Anne Leachman tells People, "I had to do a double take and almost didn't believe it was one of ours." On February the 4th, the Duchess of Sussex shared a selfie-style video on Instagram in which she shared her excitement about receiving Billie Eilish merchandise for a teen whose home was damaged in the recent Los Angeles fires. Meghan, 43, was sporting a black crewneck sweatshirt featuring the names of her 2 children, Prince Archie, 5, and Princess Lilibet, 3, stitched along the collar. The product was from Club Chain Stitch, a woman-owned small business that uses a 1920s chain stitch machine to create custom products. Owner Anne Leachman tells People she became aware of the Duchess of Sussex's fashion choice when a friend sent her the video asking if it was from her company. "I was so stunned. I had to do a double take and almost didn't believe it was one of ours, even though the writing on her shirt is in my literal handwriting," Leachman says. Leachman says it was a regular random order made through the shop in 2022. However, Meghan's name was nowhere on the order, so I thought nothing of it and never put the connection together with her children's names as the text choice. That explains how surprised I was to see her wearing it over 2 years later. "I'm not sure if it was a gift or if Meghan ordered it herself," she adds. Either Meghan loves to support small women-owned handmade businesses, or she has great friends in her life who do. Likely both. Leachman was taking a break from her shop for maternity leave after welcoming her first child in November when the news of Meghan's support broke. "I was planning on easing back to work very slowly by opening the shop up a week from now," she says. but after I saw the reel of Meghan wearing a club chain stitch sweatshirt, I knew this was a game-changing moment for a small business like mine, and I had to open up early. It has been a wild way to come back to work, and I'm so grateful for all the orders and support. She expressed excitement on social media, writing, "What a way to come back from maternity leave. I had planned to keep the shop closed until next week, but decided to open up early because this is the coolest thing ever. And if you want one, you're going to have to join the 8-week-long waiting list." It's these subtle little touches that show Meghan puts thought into everything she does, without the intention of creating drama. Examples include when she had the Commonwealth nations represented in the layers of her wedding dress, and when she wore a dress created by an Australian designer when she and Harry visited the country when she was pregnant with Archie.
So when Meghan Markle stepped out in Australian designer Karen G this morning, it is no surprise the designer's website crashed.
Well, the interest in Karen G's brand has been so enormous today, her website has actually crashed. Karen, tell me about the moment you found out this morning that the princess was wearing your dress.
A lot of texts, both from Sydney and also Queensland. It's super exciting, Tess, yeah.
Yeah, and you said that you had to check the internet just to be sure it was?
I did a lot of Googling, but it was then coming up quite quickly. So I'm just absolutely so thrilled and so grateful.
Yeah.
I think it's certainly brought some awareness to the brand and what we stand for and our vision and our purpose, or my purpose for the brand. So that's fantastic.
Yeah. I heard there was a bit of screaming going on in here.
There was a lot of screaming. A few people stopped to check that we were okay, but then realised what it was about, and we're really happy for us as well.
And this Instagram world as well, I mean, you must have a lot of people now exposed to what you're doing.
I do, and you know, a lot of tagging's going on.
Now, talk me through this dress. What's it called? How have you designed it?
Okay, it's called the Blessed Dress, and as simple as it does look, the design features in this dress, we aim to flaunt the female form, and you know, we want women to be proud of what they're wearing and confident, and through my designs we're able to achieve that. Yeah. So fantastic, and she looks absolutely beautiful.
And of course, so much emphasis has been put on her form the past couple of days, trying to tell if she was pregnant or not. Now we know that she is. What do you think, seeing her in that first reveal dress?
I'm absolutely touched. I'm honoured. It's just quite surreal. And you know, for Meghan to choose Karen G to wear on her first day is just super, super exciting. You know, to even be approached in the first instance is an absolute honour, but now for her to be showcasing my brand to the world and to be proudly doing that as well. She's absolutely beautiful, and her values are really important to us as well.
Here's something else that Meghan wore quite recently.
Y'all, Meghan Markle is wearing lip tinted Huglow all over her body, looking glowing and stunning. If you haven't tried Huglow, it is a clean, vegan, cruelty-free, all over glow drop that you can wear on your face, under your makeup, over your makeup, clearly all over your body like Meghan Markle is, and all this amazing press that we got for it. Huge, huge deal. It doesn't give any shimmer, just straight up glow. Go check it out now on Lip Tinted.
It could be argued that there's a difference between an influencer and someone who is influential. Essentially, an influencer in today's digital age is a person who is paid to promote a brand's product or service. The content has to be produced in a certain way to the brand's liking, and if it's not to the brand's satisfaction, they have to reshoot the content, which can become quite frustrating. Conversely, someone who is influential doesn't have to make any effort to promote a brand's product or service, because that was never their intention in the first place. It seems that everything the influential person is involved with effortlessly draws attention to that brand with no monetary benefit to themselves. The brand's revenue increases exponentially without having spent any money on marketing. But with that being said, it would appear that some people are more influential than others. Remember, ladies and gents, you are supposed to swallow the lie that Meghan is absolutely despised in California. Why then did she and Harry ensure they spent time with children affected by the LA wildfires in the days and weeks after it was no longer a news item? Where were the other so-called celebrities who were criticising the couple and accusing them of using the relief effort as a photo opportunity? If high-profile people in the US are so utterly repulsed by them, why does Gloria Steinem have a photo of Meghan, Harry and their children displayed in her home? And why was Meghan not making herself the focal point when she was attending Kerry Washington's birthday party hosted by Jessica Alba? Harry's recent victory against NGN in the High Court is still a topic of conversation in some quarters, and the Daily Mail, whose trial is due to take place in 11 months' time, is having to restructure its operations in order to save some cash. Added to that, a certain Mr. Morgan appears to have been taken aback because he wasn't viewed as a popular one for a change.
Got booed louder than that coming through Heathrow Airport the other day.
It's becoming more evident that regular people are starting to see that tabloid reports about the Sussexes bear absolutely no resemblance to the reality, and those who've been so vocally negative about Harry and Meghan appear to have encountered some serious health challenges. I'm not one who believes in coincidences. I'm a firm believer in you reap what you sow, regardless of whether it's negative or positive. As we turn our attention to the positive and observe that Harry also has magnetism that can't be ignored, we can see that with the advent of the Invictus Games in Vancouver, the new Invictus Centre in Abuja, Nigeria, was commemorated with the commissioning of a portrait of General Christopher Musa and Prince Harry when they met last year.
Hello, my name is Cletus Oche. I'm a visual artist based in Abuja. I am Invictus.
It's also been confirmed that these two big names will perform at the Invictus opening ceremony, and that Korea will be bidding to host the Games in 2029. Some of you may remember, at the end of 2024, my hope for Harry and Meghan was that they continued to block out the noise and stay focused on their purpose, regardless of what may occur outside of their control. The consistency hasn't waned as we enter the second week of February 2025, and the Sussexes remain booked, busy, and unbothered.
Well, hello, you. Hi, everybody. How are we feeling? Great. So I was not planning on speaking tonight, and we just arrived, I don't know, a couple hours ago, and I touched Canadian soil, and I went, oh, feels like home. We are so excited. We also recognize most of you are probably so exhausted from how much travel you've done, how much adrenaline you have pumping, how excited you are for what is going to be one of the most outstanding, memorable, unforgettable, and connected weeks probably for you and for your families. We are just thrilled to be here, and I would be remiss if I didn't take the opportunity to introduce someone who means a lot to me, and I know means quite a lot to all of you. You will see him throughout this week. You will see him at the games. You will see him probably curling with you, cheering you on at He'll be cheering you on at wheelchair basketball. He'll be going down that, what is that? Is it the luge? Oh my gosh, you guys, the thing that I will never do. My husband will probably do 3 times because he wants to be there with you. He is in it with you. And you'll see him through all of those moments. He'll be there with you. What you won't have seen is all of the moments that have happened in the lead up to these games. All of the moments where, as you know, with families, the big rush in the morning and getting ready for school and packing the lunch boxes and making breakfast, and my husband's in all of that with us. And then he'll be on his phone and Archie will say, "Papa, why are you on your phone?" He's like, "Because it's Invictus. I'm getting ready for Invictus." It means so much to him. You are his family, just as we are his family. And I hope you recognize how much of his heart he has poured into every single beat that has gotten all of you to this week that is going to be spectacular. I need you to know that. I need you to know how much it means to him and how much each of you means to him. So it is my entire pleasure and complete honor to introduce to the stage my husband, the father of our very sweet, excited children who are cheering you on from California, Prince Harry, founder of the Invictus Games, the Duke of Sussex.
Magnets. Magnets have been a fascination of mine as a child. There are 3 things I used to play with: marbles, jacks. If you're of a certain generation, you'll remember jacks, and magnets. Magnets particularly because I was fascinated about these 2 objects coming together and there was nothing between them. I was always fascinated how that happened. Now, physics is not a strong subject of mine. When the teacher tried to explain how it worked, I was none the wiser, but I was still fascinated. As I've got older and had personal interactions, one thing is consistent. There are certain people I don't like. And I'm sure they don't like me, but at the end of the day, I don't care. The interactions that I've had, these people, I will still see them from time to time. If it's a family function or, you know, going out as friends, we kind of dip in and out of various circles. But one thing is for sure, these certain people, and I can picture them in my mind right now, if they enter a room that I'm already in, I will walk out. They repulse me. I do not want to be in their company. There's no chemistry there. We're talking about physics, but there's no chemistry there. I don't want to have anything to do with them. I mean, this is what my mum calls 2 opposing spirits not being able to reside in the same place. And I know the reason for that is because I will not put up with their rubbish. I will not put up with their rubbish, because if they cannot be authentic, then just stay away from me. And this is, I think, why people are fed up now. You know, they want people to be real. They want people to be authentic. They want people to just stop being fake. One thing I can say I don't know Meghan, but one thing I've seen consistently is that she's consistent. She was who she is now before she became a member of the royal family. People who've worked with her in the past.
Somebody commented on my post about Blake Lively. I had said somebody I'm really close worked with her. So anyway, they commented that if I hadn't directly worked with them, I shouldn't be commenting, which is weird to me because I feel like everybody I see on the internet has opinions that they've not worked with them. But okay, that's fine. If I can only talk about people that I've worked with directly, then I'm going to tell you about Meghan Markle. Okay. I know I only worked with her for a short amount of time, and I did sign a very ironclad NDA, non-disclosure agreement. But I am willing to break it to tell you that she is fantastic. Yep.
Her friends that have been with her for years and years, they say that this is how she's always been. Actions speak louder than words. And my question is, if she's so terrible, why do people gravitate towards her? Why are people so excited to be around her? There's something there that no one can put their finger on. It's intangible, it's inexplicable, as I've said before. There are people in my life who I can't wait to be around. I look forward to seeing them. I'm excited to see them. I want to be in their company. There's something about them that I love, but I can't put my finger on it. I don't know what it is. It could be a combination of things, but there's that one thing. There's that one thing that you just cannot explain. Harry saw that from an Instagram post where he didn't even see her full face. She had a filter on, but he saw something there, and that hasn't left. That has not left. But people would have you believe that they're incompatible. You know, she's not the right person for him. He said he was punching. Okay, he said he was punching above his weight. He knows what he has, and he's not letting Meghan go. Like I said, there are people who are people of influence, but they seem to have lost that influence, such as Morgan, because at one time he could confidently say that he would speak on behalf of people in the UK with his straightforward views. But there comes a point when you step over a boundary and you can't come back. Him being booed in the airport, that's not the first time that's happened. It happened on the National Television Awards, and it happened on a different occasion. And I'm going to categorize him as having a level of narcissism that is very prominent. Their egos are very fragile, and I recognize that because I have been previously in a relationship with what I now know to be a narcissist. Very fragile egos, very arrogant. The arrogance, it's like, I want you to notice me, notice me, notice me, notice me. And people want to say that Meghan is like that. It makes me laugh, it really does. All of the things that she does are so understated. No one knows about them until much, much later. Much later. And there's something that she has that people want, but they can never have. And I say that because we go back to her Instagram account, and I remember in the few days that she launched it, I'd seen come up as one of her followers, and I thought to myself, why is he following Meghan? This man that hates her with a passion and does nothing but trash her and Harry on his YouTube channel. Why are you following Meghan? This is why you have to be careful who is on your periphery. They cannot come into your circle, but they will be around. They will be hovering around trying to infiltrate your circle and trying to find out what's going on. And the funny thing is that whatever Dan Wootton sees on Meghan's account will be what the rest of her 1 million+ followers will see. He's not going to get any exclusives. I don't know what he hopes to gain. Why would you follow someone you can't stand? I would not. If I'm not interested in someone, the last thing I would ever do on God's green earth is follow them on social media, because logically it makes no sense. But always be aware that people in your periphery have an agenda. They have an agenda. And that's why they will watch you closely. They will watch you closely. It's so funny. Because they think you don't know. If you're savvy, you will know. You will know those people, but you don't have to call them out. Just be aware of them. Guys, if your thoughts were provoked in any way, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. And if you haven't yet become a house guest, don't forget to hit subscribe and activate all of your notifications. I want to take this opportunity to thank you guys so much for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day, and you shall catch me in the next video.